Hi there, my name is Brianna Garris, and I am a 17-year-old senior at Texas High School. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of the main education laws that is kind of controversial. So, my topic, my side that I am choosing is I am for the Every Student Succeeds Act. If you've never heard of the Every Student Succeeds Act, it is a very broad education law. There are a lots of parts to it. The whole purpose is to increase education. It's supposed to better the education for students. So today I'm going to be talking about the three main things that the ESSA does that is positive for education systems. So my three main topics are, the first one is graduation rates. So graduation rates have increased a lot since the Every Student Succeeds Act has come into place. Dropout rates are at an all-time low, and the graduation rates specifically overall have increased by 5%. African American students have increased by 10%, and kids with disabilities have increased by 8%. Now, 5% overall might not sound like a lot, but if you take the 15 million seniors that graduated last year and take 5% of that, you get 750,000. That is 750,000 kids that wouldn't have had a high school diploma. If they wouldn't have gotten the education that they got, they might have dropped out. That 5% increase is 750,000 kids. That is a lot of kids. The second topic I'm going to be talking about is money, grants. The government gives you money from the ESSA. The ESSA, if your school follows the ESSA, you get money. Now that money can go for technology, it can go for books, textbooks, regular books. It can go for before and after school tutoring. Now I know that all my teachers at my school provide before and after school tutoring. If I wouldn't have gone to those tutoring sessions, I probably wouldn't have passed some of my classes. Don't tell anyone that, but I probably wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have been able to understand that as much as I did. And I know for a fact that every single person who attends my high school gets provided a Chromebook, which is a Google laptop, from the school. Now, having a laptop, yes, isn't extremely important, but having a laptop allows you to do assignments on Quizlet, quizzes, Kahoot. It gives you so many more learning opportunities that you wouldn't get if you just did everything on paper. And there are a lot of kids who wouldn't be able to provide that for themselves if the school didn't provide it for them. The last thing I'm going to be talking about is standardized testing. This is the absolute most controversial part of the Every Student Succeeds Act. Now, the other side says that standardized testing can give kids anxiety, stress, can put weight on their shoulders, isn't necessary. While those are true, that is true for every single test. Tests that the teacher gives them in class to test their knowledge is stressful and gives them anxiety. So standardized testing isn't that's not the core of their anxiety and their stress. Now, I can't say I like taking the standardized tests because I didn't. And I don't think anyone enjoys taking tests, but I do think that even though I didn't like it, it was extremely beneficial to me. Now, for one, you have to take an SAT or ACT to get into most colleges. And that is an hour's worth of a test that is very similar to standardized testing, but the SAT and ACT are timed. But if I wouldn't have taken the standardized tests, I wouldn't have had that testing experience and known how to time manage and how to do all these things that I used, all these skills that I used taking the SAT to get the score that I got. And also the SAT tests you on everything, English and math wise. So if I got a bad score on the English test, but a great score on the math test, then I'll know I really need to work on my English so I can do better on the SAT, versus if I just didn't know that, and so I just worked on my math and English, but then I didn't get as much time working on my English. So those are my three main points of why the ESSA is beneficial. There's a lot more to it, and like I said, it's very broad, but in a short speech of trying to convince you, I think that is the best 3 topics to talk about. Our education system is so important to so many people. I've been directly affected by it. All my friends have been directly affected by it. If you're not currently in school, you've either already graduated or you know someone who is. So what's going on in the education system is extremely important, and that is why I believe that the ESSA is something that should stay in, like, that's something that we need to keep going, because if that graduation rate can increase by 5% every 10 years, that is so many more people that we will have working in our buildings and being there. Thank you.